One of the most important civic skills is knowing how to read a meeting agenda. Agendas are not just formalities. Under the Texas Open Meetings Act, they are supposed to inform the public about what the court will actually discuss and act upon. This is a comprehensive comparative of my overall assessment of the agenda issues and the lack of transparency for the January 6th meeting. No one would show up to a house closing without having reviewed the contract and closing documents in advance. The same standard should apply in government. Commissioners are fiduciaries of taxpayer money, and informed decision making requires advance access to supporting materials. Isn't it reasonable to believe that the commissioners have received all of the supporting documents in their agenda packet for review prior to court? At the time of the meeting and all previous meetings, only documents publicly available on the county website is the agenda itself. The agenda packet is not posted. Making the full packet available online would be an important first step toward greater transparency. Prior to this meeting, I emailed the county judge requesting the court packet. For context, both Henderson ISD and the City of Henderson publish their full agenda packets on their websites for anyone to view. No requests required. This is already standard practice in many local governments. Requesting that an agenda packet be made available prior to court is not a new request. I emailed Judge Hill on January 10th, 2025, requesting the agenda packet, and again on February 5th, 2025. In the February exchange, Judge Hill included the commissioners in the email. I had previously raised this issue privately with several commissioners. I responded with a proposed solution. I could submit a request on the day the agenda is posted online, or the supporting documents could be uploaded alongside the agenda. This would allow the public to easily access the materials being reviewed and voted on, thereby increasing transparency while also reducing the administrative burden on the court. Yet, more than a year later, this continues to be an uphill battle. It raises a fundamental question. Why is achieving basic transparency in this process so difficult? Item 2 was an engagement letter for the county audit. Did you know that when a paid service is approved, the cost should be clearly disclosed, both to the court and the public? This item involved improving an engagement letter with the CPA for the year ending December 31st, 2025. The agenda did not list a fiscal amount, even though this is not a free service. During the meeting, the accounting firm stated their fee was included in the engagement letter provided to the court. However, no member of the court stated the dollar amount allowed and it was not placed on the record. Government is designed for the people, and these meetings are public so that they can present to the people. It's your money. You're supposed to know where it is going. From the agenda packet, the fee appears to be $66,500, and it was approved. The presenter also mentioned submitting the audit to the GFOA, Certificate of Excellence Program, noting that Rusk County has not received this certification since 2021. That raises another question. Why has the county gone 4 years without this certification? From prior meetings, it is known that the county fell behind and the 2023 audit was delayed, and the 2024 audit was almost due before the 23 audit was completed. Unlike cities and school districts, counties currently face no enforcement consequences for late audits. This highlights a broader issue. Accountability standards are not applied evenly across government entities. Item number 3, donation of a 1977 trim tanker. Did you know that donated or disposed assets should still have an assigned value? This item was approved, however, no in-kind value was listed. Good questions to ask. How does the county track capital assets? Is there a capitalization threshold, for example, under 5,000 versus over 5,000? How do citizens know what is public property is being given away and at what value? These are basic transparency questions. Item number 4, approval of a $3,000 donation. Did you know that fiscal notes should be consistently included for agenda items that spend taxpayer money? Some agenda items include dollar amounts, others do not. Consistency matters. Citizens should be able to scan an agenda and quickly identify which items cost money, how much, and from which fund. Item 6, Sexual Assault Response Team, SART report. The county is mandated by law to have a SART committee. The report provided to commissioners included important statistics for Rusk County, such as the number of adult sexual assaults, dismissal rates, pending cases, etc. There is a public version and a privileged version. Without with protected information. However, the public report was not included in the agenda packet, and furthermore, it appeared the commissioners did not see the report until arriving in court. Item number 9, tabled bids for tax office work. Two bids were discussed, approximately $65,000 and $94,000, before the item was tabled. Educational questions the agenda alone raises. Were these projects included in the adopted budget? Budget amendments should be noted on the agenda item request form. It's a yes or no question. If so, under what line item, and how do these bids line up with what was allocated in the budget? If it isn't budgeted for, they need to ask the auditor where the money is coming from. Granted, the commissioners may already know these answers, but again, this meeting is for the public, and the public doesn't know unless you tell them. Understanding how bids connect to the budget is essential for meaningful oversight. Item 4, approval of the December minutes. The judge joked and asked whether anyone had read the minutes. Did you know approving minutes is a legal certification that the record is accurate? It should never be treated casually. Citizens should expect that minutes are reviewed, corrected if necessary, and taken seriously. Item 12, payment of bills, payroll, and transfer of funds. This agenda item spanned at least 10 pages, as evidenced by a commissioner referencing page 10 during discussion. Yet none of this material was included in the agenda packet. Without review, where is the oversight? This is how fraud happens. Hello, look at Minnesota. They've set a dangerous temptation for bad actors by displaying their lack of concern on weekly financials. What is preventing someone from theft if no one is watching? Key takeaways. Commissioners and the public should have access to detailed billing and payroll information before the meeting. Transfer of funds was listed, but there were no funds to transfer. The judge stated that the language was copied from Cherokee County, since Rusk County now meets only twice a month. However, agendas should be tailored to the actual business of the meeting. Under the Texas Open Meetings Act, agendas are meant to inform the public of real matters under consideration. Listing items where there is nothing to discuss or act upon can be misleading. Agendas should not contain placeholders. Why all of this matters. The Commissioner Court controls millions of taxpayer dollars. Transparency is not optional, and it is not a courtesy. It is a legal and ethical obligation. Citizens should not have to guess what is being approved, wonder how much it cost, speculate where the money comes from, request basic documents that should already be public. If cities and school districts can meet higher transparency and accountability standards with real consequences for failure, there is no justification for counties operating with less disclosure. Transparency delayed is transparency denied. Rusk County residents deserve the same level of professionalism, disclosure, and accountability that is already standard practice in neighboring cities and school districts.